Welcome back. So in this video we are going to discuss about how we can create an option in the select field and create and add a lab action called add new on that. So let me show you here. So here currently it will uh, list all the categories, right? So what we will do is we will just add a add new option here. It will show the list of options, as well as we will add an action here, add new option, like that. And then when we click on that, it will give us a form to add the new category. So if you want a written guide for this, I have also written an article on this, so you can, I'll put the link in the description below, so you can check out the link also. Okay, so before starting the video, let us first let us first check the answer of the post that I added in the last, I think, 3 days ago. Okay, so I have added the question, what will be the output, right? So I have added this one question, and there are total of 7 words. Among them 71% have applied to 0 0 0. So to check this, I have just added a route here. Whenever I will go to check answer, it will use the function. I am using the same command here. Let me show you how what is the correct answer, right? So the correct answer is 0 1 2, this one. So you may be confused how, because $x is neither the global variable, right? So always remember that static variable, I have also added that in the hint. Static keyword, it is always used to declare variable in a function which help their value after the function has ended, meaning that this variable x will retain the value until the new on the single request, not for the multiple request, meaning that if I refresh this again, this will be again 0 1 2, not 2 3 4 like that. Okay, so it works on the basis of that, the static variable. If this was nothing, then it will be 0 0 0, because it is a normal variable, normal local variable. So hope you have understand the part of the static variable. So I think there is another question also, and you can check that, and we'll discuss it on the upcoming video. So let's get back to our our work. I think it's aired. Okay, so now, so what I have said is, in the product section, we'll just add one category here, right? So let us first go to that resource, product resource. Let me just zoom in. So here is the category, right? So instead of relationship, I will show that options manually. Okay, meaning here I will just get the categories, categories. Okay, equals to category is just to plug name comma id to, let's say, array, right? If I just return the categories, I think it will work in the same way, right? Here are all the category. So now before it, I also add new array, create array, let's say, equals to, I will just this is the key, remember, create new. And for label, what I want to do is add new category, right? So now what we will do is we will list them. So here I want to show you something. There is a function called array merge, right, where we can merge the array categories. So if I let me do this, let me show you. Here you can see create new 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and these are not the IDs. It is all only creating the variable in the sequence order, meaning that the ID is not matched, right? because we can't have id as 0, right? Perfect. So what we can do is we can always add the array. If you remember, so I have also added this in the last from where we can see this, I don't know. Let me just go post. Yeah, so here maybe here, yeah, I have just give you the question regarding what will happen when these two array are added. So let us check this. Let me just dd them, right? dd create array plus, let's say, categories. So now if you see here, now here you can see now it's the perfect id. It is just adding those arrays, right? So what we can do is we can just return this thing. So if I go back now, here you can see add new category on the top and list of all the categories below. Perfect. So now what we'll do is whenever the value is selected as add new category, we will show the category name field. So first of all we need to create that field, obviously. Sorry, text input make, let's say I will just name it as category name. Label is category name, and then we can say it as a not required. Okay, for now let's just first check from up to here. Okay, so we have the category name and we have this. Now first of all what we will control is whenever the value is selected to add new category, then only we will show this field. So for that, I think you already have known about this part. We'll just make the first part reactive, and then we will just use here visible. We can use the visible function, right? We'll get the callable get fun method. Then if return, if get what value, category id, right? If get category id equals to it is create new, because the key is always create new. So if get is create new, category id is create new, we are just making this component visible. So if I refresh here, it's not visible now. If I choose software, it's not. If I choose add new category, yes, you can see now, right? So now what if whenever user clicks on add new category, this field must be required. So we can handle this also easily. So for that we are using required if condition that first asks for the state path, that is our category id, and the second path is the value, that will be create new. If category id is equals to create new, then this field is required. If I also refresh this and let's add new category and let me try to submit. Okay, it is asking for this. Let me just add random values here, right? And let me try to save it. Yeah, here it is, the category name field is required. But if I use hardware and let me try, the product is created, right? So up to here I think it's clear for you too. So now the part is how we can control these things. So the first way is we can make this part not submitted when user clicks chooses create new. Remember it, when user chooses create new, we can control that I don't want to submit this category id, because when user will choose create new, we will create a new category and make this as a category id. Let me quickly show you. Let me go to list products page, sorry, create products, right? So I hope you have known about how we can customize the Filament creating and editing actions. If not, I will just put the link in the description. You can check this article also, right? So now let me just copy this. Okay, here let me just delete the data, right? So this method is, there are a lot of methods we can mutate before saving also, but I will just change on the record creation part. So I am just diagram the data. Let us check it. So now if I go here and let me just add random products, add new category, let's say okay, let's say Laravel. Okay, and if I try to save, now if you can see here, we have category ID also, we have category name also. The first idea is, either if we want to change this, we can do like this, right? First of all, what we can do, if category ID is create new, then we can always check for category name and create the new. Or the second option is, what I will do is, I will not submit this, I can use the dehydrated, right? So return $get, sorry, I can use the state, right? Because I am, if state not equals to create new, if state is not create new, then only submit this field. If I will try to resubmit, now here you can't see the category ID. Perfect. So now if I have done this, then here what I will do is, I will even check for the data. If data category name is there, then I will just create the new category, category, right? Create name dollar data category name, right? And then I will just add dollar data category ID is should be that category ID. And what I want to do is, I want to insert the value of category name, because we don't need this, right? So I added a new category. Then if that category, I set that category in the category ID, because this will be automatically added. And then I remove the category name. So let us check now. Okay, Laravel books, I will say, okay, hashtag 12121. Let's say I want to use the new Laravel, right? And let's say the kilogram price should be 220. I have 12, safety stock is 12. Okay, let me create this product. Okay, tenant ID, it does not exist, so let me work for that part quickly. Let me just add tenant ID here, and I think it also required the tenant ID, right? And as well as, because we are working on multi-tenancy. Okay, let me try to save this product. Unknown column category name in field is I mistake this. Okay, let me try to save it again. Yeah, here you can see the new Laravel is now created. If you go here, now you can see Laravel. Okay, let me show you quickly for the new Filament tips and tricks. Okay, TRICKS maybe. Yes, I will just add a new category. Let me name it as Filament, and unit ID price 100, 12, safety stock is 11. Let's say create. That's it. Now here we have the new category. If I go here, you can see still here also we have the category is created. So in this way we can add a new category. So thank you guys for watching this video.